on the corner of 25 West Main Street in downtown Vermilion. The Spa at Winnie Mae's is proud to support programming on Coyote News. The Spa at Winnie Mae's, providing salon and spa services for men, women, and children.
Coming up on Coyote News, Election Day is coming up fast. Are you ready to vote? And find out the cost of living on campus and how some students made their decision.
Also, a student organization is doing what they can to support cancer victims, even if they never step foot on campus. Coyote News starts right now.
Live from the Al Newharth Media Center, this is Coyote News.
Hello, I'm Sophie Heineman.
And I'm Devin Martin. First, let's get you up to date on your state and national headlines.
A USD student has died. University officials announced Benjamin Marchand's death Saturday morning. Marchand was a freshman student studying in the honors program. A memorial service is scheduled tomorrow in the Center for Diversity and Community. A sexual assault was reported to University Police on Monday. The student was reportedly assaulted in North Complex early Sunday morning. A suspect hasn't been identified, and it's unknown if the suspect is a student. More information regarding the university's effort to prevent sexual assault will be later in the show. And now let's take a look at the weather with Nathan Finster. Nathan?
The month of November has officially started, and looks like we're going to start off the month with unusually warm temperatures for this time of year, and probably even a little bit warmer for pheasant season. Right now it's currently 62 degrees. Tonight the temps are going to drop down to 37 degrees, so if you're walking home tonight, you may want to bring a jacket. I know I will. These cooler nightly temps will continue throughout the week as well. Tomorrow will be sunny with a high near 68 with a nightly low around 42. Friday will be the warmest day of the week with a high of 70 with plenty of sunshine. So I would suggest going outside and taking control of that weather. The nightly low will be around 43. For your weekend, the temps will stay in the 60s range with 68 on Saturday and 63 on Sunday. And the lows will stay in the 40s range with 45 on Saturday and 47 on Sunday. Monday brings a 50% chance of rain in the morning, so take advantage of the weather and do any last-minute outdoor activities before it's too late. And that's your Coyote weather.
Thanks, Nathan. Coming up, USD continues to spread awareness about sexual assault, and it's not too late to vote absentee in next week's election. Stay tuned.
This is Coyote News.
USD's Media and Journalism Department can be seen and heard all over campus. Faculty members know that hands-on experience now is the key to success after college. Get professional experience by participating in one of the many practicums offered. Have your voice heard on the radio. Edit a promo for a campus organization. Investigate breaking news stories for a weekly newspaper. Design advertisements for local businesses. Get involved with the Media and Journalism Department at USD and start your future now.
Clotique is proud to support programming on Coyote News. Located on Cottage Avenue, 1 block north of Cherry Street, Clotique offers women's apparel, footwear, and accessories.
This is Coyote News.
The last thing students should feel on campus is unsafe. Officials say sexual assault is very real and present, but it doesn't have to be.
Recently, USD received a $300,000 grant from the Department of Justice to help us better protect the students and help them protect themselves from those trying to commit acts of sexual assault. Many people in the Vermilion community will also undergo training with funding from this grant.
Helping training police, the judicial system, putting programs in place for the hospital to train nurses and doctors on how to respond in sexual assault cases. The name of the program that we're putting together is Coyotes Advocate, Respond, and Educate to Stop Violence, or Care to Stop Violence. And it's made up of a whole bunch of individuals across campus and in the Vermilion community.
Diamond Welch also says part of the money will be used towards hiring a coordinator. They will make sure that the grant is distributed fairly and practically. The rest will go into funding new programs that will help students learn more about sexual assault, how they can be on the alert, and what they can do to prevent it from happening. For
Report or find out more information about sexual assault, go onto USD's website and search victim advocacy.
It's too late to register to vote if you haven't already. For those who are registered, the Clay County Auditor says you still have time to vote absentee.
The absentee voting starts 46 days prior to any election, and so we're currently in the process of doing that right now. Our hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5.
If you're voting absentee this year, you must mail in your form, as well as a copy of your photo identification, or you could have it notarized. Out-of-state voters can go to vote.org to find their absentee form. However, it must be received by 5 p.m. on November 7th.
Accepted IDs would be things like a South Dakota driver's license, government-issued IDs such as a passport or a USD student ID. The general public would vote at these voting booths, or we do have 2 out in the lobby area of our office.
If you're registered to vote within the city of Vermilion, you can go to the Armory on Princeton Street. Election day is Tuesday.
Which Vermilion housing option best suits you? Coyote News' Levi Goots looks into one of many decisions students make: where to live.
Students are required to live on campus for their first 2 school years. These students basically have 2 options, Coyote Village or North Complex. But after that, things can get a little complicated. Every housing choice has pros and cons, and cost is one of them. Students can live in the dorms for cheaper or look into apartment-style living on campus, but the price goes up dramatically. Some students just want to live with friends they've met at school.
It was the one building on campus, I think, that allowed multiple people to be in a room since it's a 4-bedroom apartment. My friend had suggested it because it was actually cheaper than Coyote, and you had a fuller kitchen than Coyote. And I felt like you got a little less in Coyote than you did in McFadden.
But some students don't like the on-campus feel. Many look to off-campus housing for their upperclassmen years.
Well, I figured it also to be a little more financially cheaper too for me, and then just to be closer to friends and other stuff too.
Behrens lives with 2 roommates and says the apartment is more affordable even without campus services. For Coyote News, I'm Levi Goots.
Housing applications for next semester are up on the USD website. Still to come, see how an on-campus group is helping with a terrible illness. And Daniel Keller gives his winter fashion tips in this week's blog. We'll be right back.
This is Coyote News.
Climbing's awesome because it's challenging, both mentally and physically.
You gotta love climbing because even when you're not climbing, you get a great view.
Climbing's great because I feel like Spider-Man.
Climbing is great because even my nerd friends can do it.
Climbing's awesome because there's always someone who has your back.
Come to the rock wall and figure out why climbing's awesome for you.
The Coyote Twin Theaters in downtown Vermilion, providing entertainment Tuesdays through Sundays. A proud supporter of USD student media.
This is Coyote News.
There were many new faces on campus last week for Family Weekend. Parents and siblings got to experience life on campus as they took part in events. Families were here from Friday to Saturday. They could partake in many different activities, including personalized tours of campus. The football team also had a home game this weekend, and families were encouraged to go to tailgating before the game.
It's a great time to come and share what it is to be in college again. She's excited to be in school. We're excited that she's learning
and meet her friends that she's made while she's been down here and actually meet up with some former college roommates of our own.
USD hosts Family Weekend every fall, and there are new activities every year.
Love Your Melon started out as an idea in a class and has now turned into a nationally recognized organization. Cassidy Cornell learns about the Love Your Melon campus crew in this week's Yote Report.
Founded in an entrepreneurship class at the University of St. Thomas, Love Your Melon's Buy One, Give One hat program is helping the lives of children battling cancer. Noah Thompson is the crew captain of USD's campus crew.
We sell hats for childhood cancer. So basically, every time we sell a hat, they give one to a kid with cancer. And on top of that, 50% of Love Your Melon's net proceeds go to their 2 partner foundations that provide immediate support and research for childhood cancer.
Thompson says that the campus crew is a group of 20 students that try to promote the Love Your Melon brand through hat sales and tabling at campus events. The campus crew also supports 8-year-old Ashley, who is currently battling cancer.
Provided her with a break in all the, the stress and the tension that comes with undergoing chemotherapy and stuff like that. And so we're always there for her, trying to make her day a little brighter.
According to the Love Your Melon guidelines, campus crews aren't allowed to physically sell hats on campus, but USD students can order Love Your Melon products through the organization's website. Students can give credit to their campus crew by selecting USD when ordering online. For the Yote Report, I'm Cassidy Cornell.
The Love Your Melon campus crew meets on a weekly basis in Beacom. This week for Coyote Blog, Daniel Keller talks men's winter fashion. Daniel?
It's finally November, and that means that at any given moment, Mother Nature could force us into snow boots, wool mittens, and down coats overnight. And what's even worse than not being ready for the first snowfall, it's having bitter cold temperatures without any snow to take selfies in. But gentlemen, fear not. I'm here to show you how to stay warm and toasty without jeopardizing your style. Layering is a great way for even the newest of clothing enthusiasts to survive the winter. This classic trend is seen in men's fashion all year round, and 'tis the season to start building that perfect winter wardrobe. I pull inspiration from Moschino's runway models, men's fashion YouTube bloggers, Instagram, and even from students on campus. So, whether you're mastering the art of layers or just throwing on a scarf, don't forget to stay both warm and stylish. So, let me know what you thought of this winter style guide by tweeting at Coyote News to share your opinions on cold weather fashion, and be sure to catch up with me next week when I discuss women's winter styles. For Coyote Blog, I'm Daniel Keller.
Thanks, Daniel. Schoolwork, meeting new people, and adjusting to a new home are just some of the things that take a toll on students' life. Coyote News' Crystal Schoenbauer is live in the muck with the Director of Membership for Lost and Found. Crystal?
Thanks, Sophie. I'm here with Anna Andrews, who's the Director of Membership and Recruitment for Lost and Found. Thank you for being here today, Anna. So can you briefly just explain to me what Lost and Found is?
Lost and Found is a suicide prevention and awareness organization on campus. We basically just meet bi-weekly, and we have multiple training sessions throughout the year, just QPR, question, persuade, refer. And then other times we do fundraisers for Nikki's Run or for the Counseling Center.
If you know of someone who is experiencing a rough time, what sort of advice could you give to someone who's going through this?
All I can say is just straight out ask them. Just say, hey, are you having a rough time? Are you thinking about this? Because sometimes it's just really hard to notice the signs, and it's better to just be safe than sorry.
You talked about signs. What kind of signs should someone look for?
There can be, if they're generally in a good mood all of the time and they're just really acting out and they're not taking joy in what they normally do, that's always a sign. Or if they were kind of distant lately and then they seem really upbeat, that could be a sign of like they decided that they wanted to end their life and they just feel like relief. So there's always tons of signs. If you don't know what they are, you can always look on the suicide prevention organizations online.
And then can you tell me, why did you personally join this organization?
Personally, I lost my dad when I was 5 to suicide, and I never really contemplated it, but it's just something that I think everybody needs to know about and see how it affects the people in your life.
Thank you for being here. If you know someone who's experiencing a rough time right now, like Anna said, they have bi-weekly meetings for Lost and Found. Otherwise, USD offers many resources. Live from the muck, I'm Crystal Schoenbauer.
Thanks, Crystal. After the break, USD football tries to stay undefeated at home in a top 25 matchup. Stay with us.
This is Coyote News.
USD's Media and Journalism Department can be seen and heard all over campus. Faculty members know that hands-on experience now is the key to success after college. Get professional experience by participating in one of the many practicums offered. Have your voice heard on the radio. Edit a promo for a campus organization. Investigate breaking news stories for a weekly newspaper. Design advertisements for local businesses. Get involved with the Media and Journalism Department at USD and start your future now.
Climbing's awesome because it's challenging, both mentally and physically.
You gotta love climbing because even when you're not climbing, you get a great view.
Climbing's great because I feel like Spider-Man.
Climbing is great, because even my nerd friends can do it.
Climbing's awesome because there's always someone who has your back.
Come to the rock wall and figure out why climbing's awesome for you.
This is Coyote News.
Tonight on Coyote Sports, the men's and women's basketball teams had Media Day this week. Hear from head coaches Craig Smith and Don Plitzwhite. I'm Celeste LaCourciere.
And I'm Devin Reiners. The football team falls in a heartbreaker to Western Illinois. But first, Nathan Finster has our headlines. Nathan?
USD senior outside hitter Audrey Reeg has been named the Summit League Offensive Player of the Week. Reeg collects the award for the third time in her career and the second time this season. Reeg helped lead the Coyotes to sweeps over Omaha and Western Illinois, where the Coyotes won their 21st game, the most since 2008. She ranks second in the Summit League for kills and points per set. Game 7 of the World Series between the Chicago Cubs and the Cleveland Indians is tonight. After falling behind 3-1, the Cubs rallied to win games 5 and 6, setting up the deciding Game 7. First pitch tonight is scheduled for 7. And those are your headlines.
Thanks, Nathan. Softball's swinging into a new season at USD. New head coach Robert Wagner says he hopes to make a positive impact on the program. Wagner has more than 20 years of coaching experience at the collegiate level and has even produced 2 national championships at Arizona State. The new staff is also developing new coaching philosophies.
I think that anytime you have a new staff come in place, there is a transition, and we're still right in the middle of that transition. But I think that the players have been welcoming, and they've been really good in making that transition and being part of that process.
The team will continue developing their chemistry over the next few months. The season begins following winter break with their first game February 9th against Long Beach State in California. The women's cross-country team brought home the Summit League Conference title for the 3rd straight year. Coyote News' Heath Nimke is live in the muck with the head coach. Heath?
Thank you. The women's cross-country team does it again for the 3rd straight year. I'm joined here with head coach Dan Fitzsimmons to talk about the season. Thanks for joining us today.
It's my pleasure.
So talk about Saturday. How did the team get ready for this Summit League title?
Well, it starts off with a lot of miles during the summer, and they run on their own, and then they get here in the fall and late August, early September. And it's just a matter of developing some consistency. Just progressing from one week to the next, one meet to the next, and hopefully be healthy enough that when we show up at the conference meet, we're ready to go.
Talk about the women running in a pack. How has that helped you guys win plenty of meets this season?
Well, it's really a unique thing. We haven't really been able to do that the last couple of years, but this year it's worked out real well. And a lot of it's just that we have a lot of women kind of at the same talent level, same ability, and why race your teammate when you got all these other opponents to run against? And so what we've been able to do is kind of keep our 1 through 5, 1 through 7, sometimes our 1 through 9 within a minute of each other, which doesn't allow for a lot of other teams to squeeze runners in between us.
And how are you guys getting ready for the Midwest Regional Tournament?
We're just trying to get back in our routine. I mean, it's been traveling a little bit, and of course they're a little bit tired from the weekend and kind of an emotional high. Now it's time to get back to reality and get back to business.
Perfect. Thank you for joining us today.
Hey, my pleasure.
The cross-country team competes in Iowa City on November 11th for the Midwest Regional Tournament. Live in the muck, I'm Heath Nimke.
Thanks, Heath. The men's and women's basketball teams held Media Day yesterday. Men's head coach Craig Smith says there's a lot to overcome, but he's proud of how the team has prepared for the upcoming season.
For us, quite frankly, it feels like year one all over again. A lot of new faces. We graduated 78% of our scoring, 65% of our rebounding, and 80% of our minutes. So that's a lot to overcome, but really like the vibe of this team and the new guys in our program. We have
Women's head coach Dawn Plitzowite says she's excited to be here and she's proud of the group of ladies she gets to coach.
Well, after being at the University of South Dakota for just about 6 months now, I can tell you it's a very special place to be. And the question is why? And the answer is because of the people that are here. It's really been great. And as coaches, we've had a chance to work with our players now for the last 6 months, probably with the summer and the fall. And they're really a spectacular group of young ladies. They work their tails off. They're very coachable. They're improving. And most importantly, we have a lot of fun when we're together.
The Coyotes hosted the Leathernecks from Western Illinois on Saturday. It was the first top 25 matchup inside the Dakota Dome since 2011. The Yotes came out firing in the first half. Chris Strevler returned from injury this week, and he tossed 2 touchdown passes to Tristan Ducker and Dakari Allen, and he ran one in himself. Trevor Bauma added a rushing touchdown of his own to give USD a 31-14 halftime lead. The tide turned in the second half. A pair of touchdowns from the Leathernecks brought them within 3 points. The Coyotes' only turnover of the game proved to be a costly one. A Bauma fumble on the Western Illinois 1-yard line turned into a Leatherneck touchdown, giving them a 1-point lead with just 30 seconds to play. Miles Bergner missed what would have been a career-long 54-yard field goal, giving Western Illinois the 35-34 victory. The Coyotes fall to 3-2 in the Valley, and they'll be back in action this Saturday as they travel to Southern Illinois. That's a look at sports. Next, we ask students if they plan on voting. Their answers are next. We'll be right back.
This is Coyote News.
Cash has always been fast, but now it's faster than ever. Digital monetary donations are the best way to support disaster victims because they are fast, sustainable, and flexible.
This is Coyote News.
In this week's Out and About, we asked students if they plan on voting in next Tuesday's election. Here's what they said.
I am actually not registered yet, so no.
No, I don't like any of the candidates.
I do plan on voting. I don't think I'm going to be able to get back to my hometown, but so probably with absentee ballot.
I do plan on voting. I actually sent in for my absentee ballot to my county auditor's office already.
I'm not planning on voting this year.
Absolutely. It's going to be difficult because I have to write in a vote back in New Hampshire, but it's especially this year, I think it's critical.
No, I do not.
Yes.
I really don't care about either of these candidates. They're both not that good. I would prefer someone else.
I don't plan on voting just because I'm not registered.
I'm going to go back to my hometown, Sioux Falls, and vote.
I've already voted this year, and I voted with an absentee ballot.
I'm going to vote in my hometown. I am planning on voting, and I actually just got my absentee ballot in the mail because I'm registered in Minnehaha County.
I do plan on voting, and I plan on voting in Clay County for absentee vote.
Make sure you get today's Volant to read how the university is making changes to on-campus bathrooms. Also learn about an exhibit that is educating students about domestic violence in college and beyond. That's all for the Coyote News. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
And stay tuned after the newscast for a brand new episode of Roommates.
Thanks, and we'll see you next time.
Night, Bombo. See you in the morning.
Night, Rumi.
Does that work? The show work for you?
You watch this?
Well, you said no everything else. That's all we got left. So.
Hey, you guys are cool by like joining, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Rumi, you taking your nice lady Jessica to that Italian restaurant downtown yet?
No, you told me. I thought you said you didn't like Italian.
No, it's my favorite.
Oh well. I guess we can go next week then, or something.
Jessica.
You remember that nice Italian? Avicii's on 4th.
Yeah, that's pretty tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty great night from what I remember.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So many memories. You know, babe, let's get out of here.
Sorry, you're not the one.
Just leaving me like, okay.
Sorry, Rumi. Sucks to suck. Oh, thinking the Browns in the Super Bowl, huh, Rumi?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a while. I had a steak last night.
Bombo! What's wrong, Rumi? Did you slip and fall?
Where's the toilet seat?
Rumi, I got rid of that. You know, only hold back the human body.
Well, now I'm stuck.
Yeah? Oh, don't worry, Rumi. I've been there before. That's a rookie mistake. I'll go get the butter.
That's enough, Rumi.
What?
Enough joking around. What's going on? Special Agent Noel, I'm here to take you in. What, is this like when you're like sleepwalking things, Bombo, or like... What is this? I'm just all doing my... This Kim puzzle? Mr. Fuzzles, I mean... You know these are highly illegal, right? I'm taking you in. Yeah, Coming with you're me. not going to take it that easily. They always fall for it.
What's wrong with me? May I kick you?
What the? Bombo! Bombo, get... What are you doing, man?
Rumi, I just wanted to cuddle.
Get out, man. Go to bed.